4 here again, and back with more Doctor Who Quick Thoughts videos. Now, last time was last Christmas, and that was the Christmas special of 2014, and unfortunately I didn't get to do a last thoughts, quick thoughts video on that. I was going to, but then I kind of got caught up with other things, and I didn't really get the time to do it. To give you my brief opinion of that episode, it was the ideas were kind of stale. Well, I guess not stale per se, but they were just very boring. I don't know, the idea of like with Santa Claus and all that, and the dream crabs. It was interesting. I mean, yes, there were the comparisons with facehuggers, which is the first thing I thought when I saw them. Like, they look exactly like facehuggers, and then they, just because they say, one of the characters said, "Oh, they look like facehuggers from Alien," that doesn't really excuse the fact that they're clear-cut rip-offs when it comes to the design. So yeah, I thought the conclusion of the episode was very anticlimactic. I thought if the original idea was that Clara was going to leave the series, that would have been a pretty good ending. But it felt very obvious that they rectified it and tacked it on at the end, that she just, it was just a, I've always been, like there. So it felt very tacked on. So I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, that was basically my little thoughts on it. And also, Series 8 as a whole was just kind of okay. There was a lot of interesting ideas and some potential, but unfortunately, I felt a lot of that potential just got wasted, and that there were just a lot of episodes that were kind of boring, kind of stale, and didn't really have any sort of I don't know, interesting ideas to them. They were just kind of like, oh, I've seen that before, Daleks. Oh, I've seen that before. There's some creepy monster that has to do with childhood fears. Like, I don't know. This really, Series 8 could have been so much better as the debut series for Peter Capaldi's Doctor, and yeah, and just. uh. But anyway, back to my thoughts on the Series 9 premiere episode, The Magician's Apprentice. Or at least, I think that's what it's called. I'll add an annotation right here if the title actually is The Magician's Apprentice. I'll just confirm it right here, because I honestly don't know if it is. Whoops. Anyway, so the story basically begins, we're on this planet, and it's, like some sort of like war going on, there's, stuff, and it looks interesting, and then we see this young child, who's, running away, and the child, he's standing there, and the soldier tries to help him from hand mines, and one of the hand mines grabs the soldier on the foot, and it's kind of a tense scene. It's like, oh, what's going on here? And then the hand mine, pulls him under. I thought they were going to explode because they're hand mines. It sounds like landmines, but they just pull me under. Oh, hand mines. So the little boy is trapped, and then the doctor comes to save him. And you're like, don't worry, I'm going to save you. You're going to be okay. And he's giving him this big speech. He's like, say the name of the boy who's going to be saved. And he's like, Davros. And then of course the doctor's like, uh-oh. So he disappears. He leaves him behind because it's Davros. He save him? It's Davros. So and then after that we cut to this mysterious cloaked character who's like walking around. He's searching for the doctor. He's basically on this search, and we don't know why, but he's on the search, going looking for him. It's very mysterious and interesting, don't know why. And then he reveals that he's sent by Davros. Davros, I think it's like Davros knows, Davros remembers. Yeah, it's like that. So there's that, and he's all mysterious and that. So we don't exactly know what it is that Davros is up to, but we know it's something bad. So then we cut to Clara, who's continuing work, teaching at school, and then we find out halfway, it turns out that the planes have mysteriously stopped all over the world, and there's a suspect, Missy. When they get these like text messages, it's like really that song, It's like, hey, Missy, it's stupid. Hey, honestly, the first reaction I had to that, I was like, that's stupid, but, I was gonna let it slide. So they catch up, and it turns out that there's, something, the doctor has disappeared. They don't know where he is, and he's gone, and they gotta find him. So they're like, what are we gonna do now, They try and locate him, and they finally pinpoint him down, and it turns out he's in, like, medieval period, and he's been going around basically causing massive anachronisms. As you can see in the one axe fight, he comes out on a tank with an electric guitar. Yeah, it's crazy. So then there's all that, and the Doctor seems to be having fun, and the mysterious cloaked figure comes, and he tells him about Davros, and he's like, Davros knows, Davros remembers, and the Doctor knows about something, and he feels a bit, kind of ashamed about something. Don't know quite what it is that he's ashamed about. Well, you kind of do, but you kind of don't. At least the story doesn't want you to know just yet. So they travel there. They travel to this ship where they fly around, and basically the Doctor is taken to meet Davros. And, Davros is there, typical about how, the Doctor didn't save him when he was a young child. Or at least that's what I think he was talking about. He could have been... I could be wrong. I don't know what I'm talking about right now. I'm going crazy. Anyway, so there's that, and he makes past references to other times when the Doctor confronted him, which I thought was quite interesting. So there's only he goes on about how the Daleks are just, they're perfect. They're perfect beings that don't, all they do is just they go and kill. That's all they need. No emotions, no any other necessities, which is quite interesting. So when they walk out, it turns out, when Missy and Clara walk out, it turns out it's not deep space, it's just an atmosphere. It's this ground, and there's an atmosphere. This is a planet. It's invisible. But why would this planet need to be visible? And that lights up and it's revealed it's Skaro. And of course, yes, a Dalek shows up, and it's like, holy crap. Which one thing? That was clearly a Dalek from at least, I would say, the 60s. I think I would say 60... it might have been from 63, so that would have been the first Dalek story. They only run on static. I thought they only ran on static, so if that thing was moving on the ground, it would have had to have done like in the Daleks' Invasion of Earth, where it had the radar thing on it. It was like an antenna or radar, I can't remember, but so that could let them run for those particular Daleks. That kind of peeved me, although I could be wrong. But who knows. Anyway, so yeah, it's revealed that it's Skaro, and, it's crazy, it's like, Skaro! So they've got him trapped there, and they're about to destroy the Doctor's TARDIS, and, then Missy says that, tells the Daleks that with this TARDIS, they could go anywhere, and they could become the ultimate force of the universe. They only need her to do this, and then she just says, you could just kill me instead, and then they turn around and kill Missy. So she's apparently dead now. Although I'm pretty sure they'll bring her back. Clara tries to escape, even though the Doctor begs for Davros to tell the Daleks not to. Clara tries to escape, and she gets killed by the Daleks as well. And again, like Missy, I'm pretty sure they'll bring her back. No real surprise there. I don't know why, but they'll bring her back. I mean, they can't just kill her off. I mean, they can, but they probably won't, You know how it is with Stephen Moffat. He won't kill any other characters off and leave them dead. Anyway, so, there's that going on, and the Doctor's just, can't believe this, and just, yeah, so then later on, he goes back in time to the time when Davros was a young child, and, he's like, you're going to help me? And the Doctor's like, I'm going to help you, help my best friend. Pulls out a Dalek gun, and he's like, exterminate, which I thought was kind of cheesy. It was kind of laughed at that. He's just like, exterminate! And I was like, wow, it's kind of, he's holding up a big egg whisk, and he's going to, I don't know, I don't know, but whatever. Yeah, so that was my I can't say the word. that was my overview of the episode story. How's that? That's better. Anyway, my thoughts. The episode was, it was okay. Look, it wasn't a bad episode, but it wasn't a great one. It wasn't even like a good one where I'm like, oh, that was a good episode. It was just an okay one. It happened, it went by, and it was just poof, completely just happened. It was one of those just happened episodes, like one where you just watch it, goes by, and it leaves absolutely no lasting impact whatsoever. Even though they try very hard with the twist of it being Scar, and at the end where he's apparently about to exterminate young Davros, it really didn't leave much of an impact at all. It was just like they're trying to build this mystery about the Doctor, about Missy, about Davros, but there really wasn't anything. It was just kind of just went by. It was like, it was harmless. It didn't do anything. It didn't ruin any Doctor Who lore, so that's fine. But really, they could have done a bit better in terms of building some mystery. If they really were trying to build a certain mystery to this, certain, questions being raised, they didn't really do it that well, I thought. I thought they could have done it a bit better. But other than that, I do feel that the episode did have good acting, I will say. Peter Capaldi was, once again, proved himself really good as the Doctor. I do feel that he could have better written scripts. I reckon if they wrote it a bit better, he could be really great. So far, he's just great. He's not really great. He's great in terms of characterization. Acting, he's great. Acting-wise, he's fantastic. He's really good. So, there. Jenna Coleman as Clara is once again good. She's always a really entertaining companion. Always interesting to see her adventures with the Doctor. She takes an active part in the story with Missy and trying to find where the Doctor is, and when they finally get to Skaro and, discovering that. I will say that, when she and Missy are killed by the Daleks, I didn't really feel any sort of, surprise. I was like, oh, she's dead. I was like, they're gonna bring her back. They probably will, so no surprise. But anyway, Michelle Gomez as Missy, aka the Master. Always at the Master, aka Missy. Who knows, whatever. Once again, she's good. A bit too comical for my liking at some parts. She was kind of jumping around and doing the John Sim Master thing, which I felt was a bit annoying, although she does it better than Sim, whereas I found Sim almost insufferable at points. Michelle kept it to a more leveled way, if you know what I mean. So Gomez's performance as Missy was fine enough. Davros is once again played by, and I completely forgot the actor's name, and he was in... He was in the David Tennant... I cannot remember his name. Was it Michael Wish? No, it was not. No, it wasn't even close. I'll post an annotation, once again, more annotations right here. I'll post it right there. And that's going to be his name. He was fine as Davros. He didn't really do much other than just kind of sit around and speak all, Davros and Alex are going to be the ultimate race of the universe. And destroy. That's my Davros impression. Whatever. He was fine. Didn't really get to do much in this episode, although I feel that in part 2 he'll get to do more, so that's good. And the person who played the mysterious snake man, which I can't remember his name, he was fine. He looked a bit like Darth Sidious, destroy the silver roll and galaxy. I'm going to find the Doctor. What was the point of that? I don't know. Anyway. He was fine. The makeup design with, his snake, and how he had the dents in his face, there's like a snake wrapped around, which was pretty interesting. The story, the tone of the story was fine. It wasn't, overly dark, and it wasn't, happy and joyful either. but they didn't go overboard in making it dark, which I think's good. I felt in some parts in like Series 8, they just went really overly like dark, like in a way to kind of say, hey, look, this isn't a show just for kids. You know, this is dark and scary and ooh, and they went a bit too overboard at times. Whereas here, I felt it was fine enough. But yeah, the episode didn't really have anything interesting in the way of music either. Haven't really been mentioning the music. Once again, My Marigold. It was just typical Marigold. It was a little overscored at points, but, you know, it was fine. It wasn't anything memorable, but it was okay. But yeah, that's all I can really say to sum up this episode. It was just what it was. It was okay. Left no real impression. Doesn't really get me hyped up for the next part. It's not like I'm like, wow, can't wait to see what's happening next. I'm more kind of just like, yeah, let's just see what happens next, kind of. You know, but not bad at all. Yeah, I'd probably give this episode at least maybe maybe about a 7 out of 10, I would say. Wasn't bad. It didn't leave any lasting impression, but again, it's, yeah, not a bad thing, I guess. It wasn't bad while I watched it. It was fine. It was okay. It was, yeah, it was what it was. That's all I have to really say. Let's just hope that part 2 gives us some good resolutions, I guess. Thank you. Those were my thoughts, and see you next time, guys. Bye.